Hello, I hope the holiday season is going extremely well for you this year. Now, the reason I wanted to put this little video together for you is to just go through the final stages of the annual planning template, which hopefully you downloaded back in October. But don't worry if you haven't. Essentially, December is really all about refining your list. Now, if you have followed along since October, or perhaps you started in November, you will now have a long list of things that you want to get done in 2025. The reality is you're not likely to be able to do all of what you captured in that little list or you brainstormed. Now in December is refining it. Now the best way to do this is to look for the patterns. So when I did mine back in October and November, I noticed that three things really stood out for me. The first one was health and fitness, because that was something that my wife reminded that we have to have our annual medical checkup early next year. And that kind of triggered me thinking, okay, what I need to do is make sure I'm healthy first, so that I can sail through my 6-hour ordeal. That's how long it takes in Korea, a 6-hour day basically, where you spend the day in the clinic and they take your blood pressure, put you through MRI and I think I've also got the horrible colonoscopy this year. But all that's to come in January, February or March. Also, I do need to have 2 wisdom teeth out, so I've been putting that off. So I'm going to make sure I group that together. And my exercise has not been great this year. It's been okay, but not where I really want it to be. So that's another one. So when I was looking at my list, these things were randomly put on the list, and I thought, let's bring these together. Let's focus on health and fitness as being one of my areas to focus on in 2025. So that includes the medical side, the annual medical checkup, also includes the dentist, and it also includes getting better with my exercise. Another one that came up is that my company has been doing fine, it's been doing absolutely brilliantly, but I'm thinking, okay, the growth rate is stagnating in the sense that it's still double-digit growth, but it's just not expanding where I want it to be. So I really want to get focused on growing my business next year. And in that respect, I've decided I'm going to hire a marketing person as well as the video editor that I have right now. So this is what it's really all about. As I was looking at that brainstormed list of all the things I would love to do in 2025, 3 areas came up, which was business growth, health and fitness, and personal finances, because my savings are fine, but they could be better. And I think, right, next year I really want to focus on that and get my savings back into track. So that's 3 things, 3 doable things. You're sending money to your savings account is not a big deal. It takes about 30 seconds these days because you can do it on the app on your phone. And that's really what December is all about. It's about filtering down your list to actionable, doable things that you can do in 2025. Take my health and fitness situation, for example. That means on January the 1st, I need to get out and go for a run around the lake. That would be fantastic. I'm back in Korea. There's no excuses. I will be able to do that. Similarly, with the other areas of health and fitness is we need to just book our annual medical checkup, and I need to book an appointment with the dentist, which we'll do as soon as we get back to Korea in end of December, early January. Once I've done that, it's booked in, it's gonna get done. That's fantastic. Next up would be like the business growth. I have a meeting set up with the person I've decided to hire for the marketing role, and we will have a big meeting on early January to come up with a strategy for Q1. So it's putting together that plan so that you can start the year with the focus on those 2 or 3 things that are really important. Now, the thing is, the list that you've been creating over the last October, November, do not throw that away. If you've done it on paper, scan it into your notes and save it into your notes. If you've done it digitally, then make sure you save it, because that will become a reference point next October, because that's where you start. You look at what you put on the list, and there may be something there that you think, you know what, 2026 is my time to start doing this. But right now we're focused on 2025. The goal now is to filter down your list to doable goals that you're going to focus on in 2025. And then it's a matter of looking at what are the actions that you need to take every day, every week, every month in order to end the year having achieved or accomplished what it is that you've decided you're going to do in 2025. So I really just wanted to put this little video together because I think it's a much better way of explaining rather than writing and about what you need to do. All you need to do now with the remaining 3 weeks of December, and that's true, we've got 3 weeks left of December, is to filter down your list to 2 or 3 actionable things that you can do in 2025, and then work out what you need to do on a daily, weekly, or monthly basis in order to make that happen. It should be a lot of fun. You want to be realistic. Make sure you have your calendar open at the same time so you know if, for example, I have one of my clients wants to write a novel and she's also wanting to take an AI course. She has a young son, I think he's 2 or 3 years old. And so, the time factor here comes into it. When are you going to sit down and write that novel? Because writing a book needs consistency. Perhaps what she wants to be doing is say, okay, I'm going to do the AI course in the first quarter of the year, and then in the second and third quarter, in the summer basically, I am going to write my novel. That would be one way of doing it. You can spread things out over the year. So hopefully that's given you some ideas. If you have any questions, by all means email me. And don't forget guys, there's quite a few of you who have not scheduled any coaching calls for quite a long time. Maybe it's time to get some calls set up. January still has open slots, so if you haven't scheduled your calls yet, January would be a great time, and I'm more than willing to go through your plans with you and help you set up a actionable plan for 2025. And for those of you I don't speak to between now and the end of the year, if you're celebrating Christmas, happy Christmas, and certainly a very, very happy and successful 2025.